All right, and so that takes us into our co-main event. We got a nice ladies straw.
Before we start, I have a
bout.
question for you. Is there
Yeah,
a
what's up?
fight on this prelim that you believe that could end? Because I truly don't think that this fight stays four fights.
Should be the
How
co-main, right?
how are you getting people to pay that like extra money for the pay-per-view on four fights? You can't possibly
Yeah.
believe that people want to watch that potential wrestling match for 5 rounds for that price.
You're right, and to be honest, man, I would not be surprised to see Bobby Green move up right into that slot.
That's what I was thinking, because I really did feel like Bobby Green and Jim Miller almost deserved the opportunity to fight on a pay per view, you know. But when you really look at it, man, the one fight I just want to throw out there, I'm going to throw out two to be real. Bilal Muhammad, I mean, for what he might be able to put together, and Diego Lima, who's been able to showcase such elite level skill when he's been at his prime. I mean, that's a fight that could end up really, really good. And the other one I wanted to kind of get your opinion on is the Kelleher Ricky Simone fight. That one looks absolutely like those guys just move, you know. And we're both. I mean, as much as I mean, even you could make the argument that even Pies is falling in love with the smaller guys as he makes a transition from heavyweight to light heavyweight.
Absolutely. And honestly, the thing that stands out about both of those that you suggested is that, Simone and Muhammad are probably going to be part of the future of the UFC, right? They're going to have a big part in this league going forward. Exactly. So, the opportunity to highlight, their skills on a pay-per-view seems pretty enticing for Mr. Dana, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think you brought up both sides of the coin, right? Like that Jim Miller fight. Like, do you want to entice the guys who've been watching for 10, 20 years? Or do you want to entice some of the guys who are jumping on board and get some of these fast-moving guys who are going to throw some real bombs and see what they can do to build some hype for guys that, might actually fight again? Whereas, Jim Miller, for any reason, God forbid, decides to retire. You know what I mean? Like, for all these little reasons.
Yeah.
From a business perspective, you could always put that out there.
Exactly. And, so, we probably will have some moving parts. You actually mentioned it in our last show, UFC Vegas 18. And it was like Uncle Dana was listening because Michael Johnson and Clay Guida did get moved up to a high-profile fight.
Now
so
we're just predicting the entire fight game, Pies. Between you and I think we're just predicting the entire thing now.
Yo, Dana, man, if you need any help, just give us a
shout, bro. We'll plan your entire 2022, everything. Give us a shout. We'll get it all written up. Not like WWE style. We ain't saying we're going to fix anything. We're just saying,
Yeah, we'll just help you out, man. All right, so that takes us into what is currently scheduled as the co-main event right now, and that is a ladies strawweight bout between Maycee Barber and Alexa Grasso. So Barber, wow, what can we say about this girl, man? She's the 10th ranked female strawweight, and she's 22 years old. That is insane, man. She is 100%. Literally just tearing through the scene. She sports an 8-1 record in her young career.
The way I want to put that is like, if you go through the list, bro, these names that Maycee Barber is just, you know what I mean? Like, even that Roxanne Modafferi, like, you've seen her fight. You know exactly who that is. And the Gillian Robertson win. I mean, like, these are, you love the way I said that. I know you did. Like, you keep going down the list. Hannah Cypher.
I loved it because I was going to say it, but not like that. So.
and Mallory Martin, right? Like, these are all the wins that, like, Mallory Martin's on the, we talked about it, right? On the prelim. These are all people we're going to be bringing up. So,
Hannah
I think, like, these are people you love. And it's the.
So, like we said, 8-1 record, 3-1 in the UFC. Look at some of these wins, right? Julian Robertson, Hannah Cyphers. That her lone loss does come to. How do you say it, man? Say it one more time.
Roxanne Modafferi.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And that was by decision in January of 2020. So Maycee, beast. Looking forward to seeing her back in. Alexa Grasso, same thing, man. Another beast right there. 12-3 record. She's been in the UFC since 2016, man. That's crazy. 4-3 record. Most recently beat Jeon Kim by decision in August. And it's what was mind-boggling when looking into her is the level of canceled bouts that she had against people. Claudia Gadelha, Marina Rodriguez, Angela Hill.
Claudia Gadelha.
These are the
dum. It's because she reminds me of my wife. That's what it is.
So, crazy to see some of those, being canceled. These are high profile people. And Maycee Barber's a high profile herself, so I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. Educate me a little bit more on these ladies, man.
Yeah, so let's quickly just dive right into what you brought up, like the canceled bouts, right? When you think about what she came back strong and look, after losing a bunch of vets, I mean, she just hasn't fought as much as we thought. People were falling in love with this girl before she even came into the UFC. You know, she just looked the part, if you know what I mean. So the way I see
shout
it,
out
like,
to your brother-in-law.
to my brother-in-law, shot, you know, always pulling out his phone and like, hey, I can't wait for her to fight in the UFC. But she actually missed weight for the Gadella fight, and then Corona ended up, you know, changing the scheduling of the following fight. So for me, I'm just like, you know, there's a part of, you know, responsibility, there's a part of luck, and all these kinds of things that come into play. But you know, when she fights, man, and that's the beauty of it. I just find that the striking is there, the grit, the heart. Like the girl goes in. She might look like Ariana Grande, but she fights like I mean, I don't know. No, but like
Yo, that was amazing. That was so good.
the striking is absolutely elite, and that's where I'm actually going to be enjoying this fight. Right? I think why you have these girls headlining a UFC pay-per-view right now is simply because if it stays this way, you know for a fact that you're getting two of the youngest prospects in the female divisions that are absolutely going to throw. They're going to throw. There's going to be blood. There's going to be pain. And you're all going to enjoy it. And frankly, you all should just hope that they kind of roll and do some jiu-jitsu and have some fun, you know?
No, you're hoping for that. I'm down to see the blood, man. So where do you see the line landing on this one?
Yeah, so I mean,
let's me showcase showdowns, man. I don't need to see my boy anymore.
So I think that I could actually change the Grasso, you know, pick and be like, maybe she's the favorite, but I have to kind of just ruin it for you and go with our girl Maycee Barber here. I think she's put together what I want to see. You know, shout out my girl. I always got to shout out anytime she's on anyone's fight list. Carla Esparza, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, right there. One of the losses that Alexa Grasso has had to face when it comes to some of these, you know, bigger name veterans, but I just don't think we've seen enough from her to merit a favorite or even close to a pick'em against someone like Maycee Barber. That's just my honest opinion. I love the way that Maycee Barber throws her combinations. I think it might actually be one of the more crisper, versatile strikers we've seen, you know, in these prospect ranks in quite some time. I'm very, very interested because, you know, she trains with people like Ben Askren and Rufus Sport. That's that Anthony Showtime Pettis. You know, those are all your boys who do love to throw in. When you got Askin in your corner, you know at least have to how to wrestle. So I'm actually pretty excited for this fight. I think, you know, that's where we're gonna see if the girls can truly, from a prospect and non-Amanda Nunes, a Holly Holm, you know, type of fighters, can we get them to start headlining cards? Because I think now we're starting to see some real skill come into play, and it's looking real fun.
Yeah, and these two ladies are the epitome of that. So let's hope they put on a show. What's your final number on Maycee Barber here?
Yeah, okay. I do owe you that, eh? It's funny because, like, you know, I was thinking about it. It's like, you know how you brought up, like, Kevin Holland, we talk about the best contender series fighter ever? I mean, Maycee Barber could be that, right? Alex Perez is there, but yeah, I think Maycee Barber could be the best fighter off of that show, and this could be that time we see her. So what line are we going to put her at? We're going to actually not touch the minus 300s, but we're going to put her at a minus 190. Or sorry, minus 290.
Wow. Okay.
Did I change that?
So how would you feel if she was a dog?
Wow.
Very rare to get the big wows from Sugi here. So.
Wow. You're lying to me.
Nope.
That's a lie.
Grasso is a minus 140 favorite. We get a plus 110 on Barber here. And man, when I first saw the line, I'm like, I have to take this immediately.
So that's the thing about Grasso, right? It's like she has the striking that can compete. Like, that's my true opinion of that. If it comes down to that mixed martial arts, she's got that resume obviously speaks a lot louder than what we see from Maycee Barber. But what we see from Maycee Barber is some very devastating stuff. And so what I'm just a little shocked with is how little that's playing into the lines, because I do have to call the Vegas line, right? So my shockness also comes from me thinking that Maycee Barber was actually still the favorite, and I did not think it could be a pickup. So I was trying to actually juice it up for Vegas, and even my minus 190, you know what I mean? Like, that's just still not even close in my opinion. And we're not talking like prospect watch when I tried to sell Julian Robertson as a But
For
yeah,
sure. So at plus 110, man, that seems a little enticing for sure.
I think so. I definitely do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, stay tuned for that one as weigh-ins come in. We'll be locking in our picks, but it seems like we do have an early lean here on that co-main event.
I mean, I don't even see a crazy like size or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just going to be a wonderful showcase of two great female prospects. So I'm glad they're on the pay-per-view, and I can't wait to see that fight.
That was a true treat. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button if you haven't already done so. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff is down there. Give us a follow. Picks will be on there. Always a treat with you, Mr. Sukumar.
My man, Mr. Bison.
We'll see you guys soon, man.
Peace.